So these are some of my everlasting veggies. So I have all of these veggies in my garden, and I have for the last 20 years. And I can't remember the last time I actually actively planted them, because once you get them going, you can keep them there for pretty much indefinitely. An unusual one that not a lot of people eat is chicory. If you let it grow nice and big, the leaves can become very tough and bitter. The leaves still have a little bit of bitterness, but they are the young leaves. If you just add olive oil, salt and pepper to the young leaves, it's a slightly acquired taste, but once you're into it, you'll love it. And the great thing is, as the plants get bigger, you can cut them off at the base and they grow back. Wild rocket, it's a little bit nuttier than your regular rocket, and through the last few hot summers, this is the veggie that has really kept going in my garden. The plants themselves keep going, but they also seed as well, so there's plenty of stuff going on there. Nasturtiums, they are a pretty flower, sweet yet peppery. The leaves are edible. The young seed pods are actually also edible. In the middle of summer and the middle of winter, they tend to disappear a bit, but they just keep, they do die down, but they're constantly producing new plants, so they're always there. Spring onions. So spring onions, I rarely actually pull up any spring onions, but I just sort of plant them around the place and separate them out and just keep cutting off the tops. And when they get too big, they slowly get bigger. When they get too big, I use them as a leek, but they just keep on going. Society garlic. Garlic's actually quite difficult to grow in Sydney to get many bulbs. Some people are successful, but I've never been too lucky. But this will give you 365 days of garlicky goodness, and there's some lovely sort of mauvey flowers that come on top. Artichoke. This is something that can sneak into the ornamental garden. Absolutely magnificent, giant plant, and after each season, when you've cut off all the heads, they always produce a whole bunch of babies, and you can just distribute those around the garden. And kale is a magnificent plant. Will grow to probably a metre tall. In the middle of winter, you can take armfuls of plants, armfuls of leaves off it, and when it's too big, too woody, you can just cut it back and it will grow again. From the base. So here's my perennial favourites.